I'm here at the Prospect Hill Cemetery in Cassopolis, Michigan. The story of the Prospect Hill Cemetery go back quite a while here in town. They've had many reports of lights and voices coming from the cemetery at night. Something really fascinating just happened. If you look at what's on the screen, I had just shut the camera off and had, well, picked up my cigars, pulled them out of my pocket.
Scanning stopped.
I'm your host, Drew Ellsworth McCrae. History left behind several mysteries as it passed us by, but nothing as mysterious as the unknown. Growing up around the paranormal, I find it my mission in life to try to find the answers to those mysteries that history left behind. We use the latest equipment available to us to try to go out and to find those answers that no one's been able to find in the past. If it's out there, if the truth can be found, if we can solve these mysteries, that's exactly what we'll do. These are our living history's mysteries.
I'm here at the Prospect Hill Cemetery in Cassopolis, Michigan. The story of the Prospect Hill Cemetery go back quite a while here in town. They've had many reports of lights and voices coming from the cemetery at night. With Mark S.'s work schedule right now, I took it upon myself to come out alone. I don't know what we're going to find out here tonight, but by God, we're going to try to get to the bottom of it. It's what we do. Old grave markers spatter throughout the cemetery. I was told to look for the old section, and actually, upon walking in the gate, found a stone that the last person had passed in 1875. So finding the old part of the cemetery might be a little bit more challenging than I originally thought. I'm sitting right here, dear, amongst the graves of the soldiers. A lot of the soldiers from all wars here at the memorial for the veterans from the Cassopolis area. I'm not going to do much else until dark. I'm trying to keep a low profile. I know that they won't mind. I think I've got a decent working relationship with the chief here in town. But still, the park is closed from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. So I'm not going to have any traffic in here unless it's kids out playing around. But I'm going to pretty much, I'm going to wait until dark. It's very humid. There are no bugs out at all tonight. I've been walking around here without any bug spray or anything on, and I've not had one fly, one moth, one mosquito, nothing irritate me yet. So we'll start the investigation at dark, and we'll see what we can find. Like I said, it's been rumors and stories, hearsay, lights and voices, things like that. So we'll see what we can find. But we're gonna make the memorial right here home base. As you can see right here, there's two really cool little benches, and I'm right here next to the circle, and the mausoleums are there on the hill, and then right here is the memorial for the troops. God bless y'all. Every one of you, thank you for your sacrifice from one vet to another. Sun's actually gone down pretty quick since I left home. Camera's really not doing it justice. It's a beautiful gold back in there. Clear down to the or clear up to the blue band, but the gold goes all the way down to the trees. It's absolutely gorgeous. But we're going to get something going here real soon. Like I said, I'm going to call home base right here at the memorial. To me, that's the safest place, if the stories are true, that I could possibly be. While walking around doing a little bit of preliminary before it gets completely dark, I ran across this, and it's really kind of got me boggled. There's no record of any structures back here in the back of the cemetery, straight across from the Veterans Memorial. But that is a very, very distinct concrete foundation right next to this old tree right here. Of course, like I said, right there's the memorial. So I'm just up the hill to the west, just a hair. Right there's the woods, and there's the back acreage on the cemetery. But this little foundation has got me completely boggled. I'm going to have to do some checking as I'm editing this video and see if anybody in town, with the town, knows anything about this. I'm going to attempt to use the Paralus device real quick. The sun is down. It's starting to get dark on the ground. There's still a little light in the sky. But I'm going to use the Paralus real quick and see if it picks up anything before we start the investigation. Can anybody hear me? Does anyone have anything to say?
Helpful.
Who's helpful? Am I helpful with trying to bring light to the fact that you're here? Were these soldiers helpful that are surrounding me right now?
Recluse.
Recluse. Who was a recluse? Were you a recluse? Am I reclusive right now because I'm sitting out here away from everyone? you have anything else to say?
Clown.
A clown. Right, as you can see, it's pretty much night out here now. I'm going to start working with the equipment and see if we can pick anything up. I moved to the far south end of the cemetery where some of the older graves are at, and we're going to see what we can get. Ear.
Raise.
Something really fascinating just happened. If you look at what's on the screen, I had just shut the camera off and had, well, picked up my cigars, pulled them out of my pocket, and that came across the screen.
Action.
Do you have anything else to say?
You're tired.
Yes. Very tired. It's been a very, very long day. My mother and father came to visit, and every time they leave, all of my energy gets zapped. Did you?
Effect.
I'm going to try using the Raptor spirit box now. Just kind of wander down the road right here. I'm going to leave the Paralus sitting there, but I'm going to wonder. I know you can't see, but there's several graves right here along the road, so I'm going to just kind of work with the Raptor and see if I can pick anything up. Me? Hold on. What? Can you explain? Right there's one of those lights that I've heard so much about. I just turned off the white noise box and I turned back on the magnetic field detector, and you need to check this out. It's sitting still at this point in time. But still, the mid 300s milligauss is very high, let's flip over here to the XYZ band. The Y band is very high on the scale. That's what's causing the rapid succession of numbers. We'll walk over here. I noticed earlier that there was a very low magnetic field right here in the road. But if we move over here to the side of the road, right now I'm standing over one grave. There's another one of those lights. There's 2, 3. All right, we're going to try out a new system that we've got. It's an infragreen nighttime scanner. We're going to walk the 100 yards or so. What was that? Okay, we're going to walk the 100 yards or so out of here, see what we can pick up. Look at that. What is that? Scanning is almost complete. While I'm walking up through town, if you'll remember correctly, the last cemetery that Mark S. and I went out to investigate out there in DeWaljack, Michigan, there was something mentioned of the militia that was banded together out there just to the west of the cemetery for the last Indian War. While I'm up here, since that militia came into Cassopolis, Michigan, and pretty much sacked the town, burnt buildings, killed people, I am going to do a perilous scan real quick I'm going to see if I can get you guys a view of Cassopolis, though, here in the dark, and see if you can actually see it. That is, that's actually all of Cassopolis. It is, downtown is actually a block and a half. So, all right, let's pull the Paraloose out real quick and see what we can find, if we can find anything.
Scanning.
Do you remember the Black Hawk War? Is anyone still here from the Black Hawk War? When the militia came?
Violent.
Violent. Yes, they were very violent. They came in town and they sacked the town. They burn it, they hurt people, they stole.
Scanning stopped.
In my opinion, this is one of our best investigations yet. We discovered no malevolent spirits or hostility of any kind in this cemetery, and this just proves to me that the people who once existed in this beautiful little village in southwestern Michigan are just as kind and loving as the ones who exist there today. Though this little town met a lot of adversity in its younger years, it has grown to be a beautiful little piece of Michigan's history. And as always in many of our small towns, they have a lot of respect for their fallen soldiers, the people who went off to war to defend this country, its beliefs, and its way of life. I'm proud to be a member of this community, and I'm proud to call myself home. And I think Prospect Hill Cemetery is a wonderful place to spend eternity. I can't wait for our next investigation.